Wisest John Rockefeller quotes. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. It is wrong to assume that men of immense wealth are always happy. I believe that thrift is essential to well-ordered living. I always tried to turn every disaster into an opportunity. I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. I do not think that there is any other quality so essential to success of any kind as the quality of perseverance. It overcomes almost everything, even nature. If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths, rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. I know of nothing more despicable and pathetic than a man who devotes all the hours of the waking day to the making of money for money's sake. I believe in the supreme worth of the individual and in his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. Singleness of purpose is one of the chief essentials for success in life, no matter what may be one's aim. Charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. Don't blame the marketing department. The buck stops with the chief executive. I had no ambition to make a fortune. Mere money-making has never been my goal. I had an ambition to build. The person who starts out simply with the idea of getting rich won't succeed. You must have a larger ambition. There is no mystery in business success. If you do each day's task successfully, and stay faithfully within these natural operations of commercial laws which I talk so much about, and keep your head clear, you will come out all right. Every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity, an obligation, every possession, a duty. The impression was gaining ground with me that it was a good thing to let the money be my slave and not make myself a slave to money. If your only goal is to become rich, you will never achieve it. A man of words and not of deeds is like a garden full of weeds. A man's wealth must be determined by the relation of his desires and expenditures to his income. If he feels rich on $10 and has everything else he desires, he really is rich. Do not many of us who fail to achieve big things fail because we lack concentration, the art of concentrating the mind on the thing to be done at the proper time and to the exclusion of everything else? Do you know what would hurt grandfather a great deal? To know that any of you boys should become wasteful, extravagant, careless with his money. God gave me my money. I can think of nothing less pleasurable than a life devoted to pleasure. Good management consists in showing average people how to do the work of superior people. A friendship founded on business is better than a business founded on friendship. Competition is a sin. I can think of nothing less pleasurable than a life devoted to pleasure. The most important thing for a young man is to establish credit, a reputation and character. The way to make money is to buy when blood is running in the streets. The only question with wealth is, what do you do with it? The ability to deal with people is as purchasable a commodity as sugar or coffee, and I will pay more for that ability than for any other under the sun. I believe that the power to make money is a gift from God. Next to doing the right thing, the most important thing is to let people know you are doing the right thing. When work goes out of style, we may expect to see civilization totter and fall. We are never too old to study the Bible. Each time the lessons are studied comes some new meaning, some new thought which will make us better. There is nothing in this world that can compare with the Christian fellowship, nothing that can satisfy but Christ. I have ways of making money that you know nothing of. After it is all over, the religion of man is his most important possession. The success of each is dependent upon the success of the other. Think of giving not as a duty but as a privilege. I believe that love is the greatest thing in the world, that it alone can and will triumph over might. I believe in the sacredness of a promise, that a man's word should be as good as his bond, that character, not wealth or power or position, is of supreme worth. The American beauty rose can be produced in the splendor and fragrance which bring cheer to its beholder only by sacrificing the early buds which grow up around it. This is not an evil tendency in business. It is merely the working out of a law of nature and a law of God. If you want to succeed, you should strike out on new paths, rather than travel the worn paths of accepted success. Success comes from keeping the ears open and the mouth closed. The secret to success is to do the common things uncommonly well. Go as far as you can see. When you get there, you'll be able to see farther. It is very important to remember what other people tell you, not so much what you yourself already know. A man has no right to occupy another man's time unnecessarily. Own nothing, control everything. The road to happiness lies in two simple principles. Find what it is that interests you and that you can do well, and when you find it, put your whole soul into it, every bit of energy and ambition and natural ability you have. I believe in the dignity of labor, whether with head or hand, that the world owes no man a living, but that it owes every man an opportunity to make a living. Good leadership consists of showing average people how to do work of superior people. Our cup will truly run over only after we have sealed the character cracks. It is one thing to stand on the comfortable ground of placid inaction and put forth words of cynical wisdom, and another to plunge into the work itself and through strenuous experience earn the right to express strong conclusions. The major fortunes in America have been made in land. Nobody does anything if he can get anybody else to do it. How much money does it take to make a man happy? Just one more dollar. The common denominator for success is work. I would rather hire a man with enthusiasm than a man who knows everything.